What it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I am the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. So, anyways, I'm coming through. It is now February the 17th, yes, 2023, because it is after 1 a.m. Now, when money go to calling me and my contact heard, I'm sorry, and I don't get straight up, this is why, because I'm steady up, steady making videos and stuff. But now it's like my channel, okay, because my channel is not necessarily like successful like that. It's not the usual YouTuber that make videos and a lot of people are watching them, waiting for their videos to drop, and a lot of interaction and stuff like that. Girl, my channel is not like that at all. So because it's not a lot of people here, I almost see this as a video diary where I'm just documenting. And who knows, the power of YouTube. Maybe this is never like almost in an artist's life. Ironically, I am an artist. They are never appreciated while they're alive. Right. So YouTube most likely gonna live way past all of us. So the beauty of it is still the struggle that I went through with this. Fighting my husband's wrongful conviction and me being a single mother by force, not choice, that is going to live on beyond me. Right. So, I mean, just for that sake, I may not help nobody in this day. Maybe nobody will contact or you know, be communicating with me, but who knows in the future what this video could mean to somebody, you know, what it can help them get through. I know a lot of my hard times, I have had certain YouTubers that I'm like, oh my gosh, when you find a YouTuber that is saying things that you literally were trying to say, but you couldn't find the words to say them. And it's like, oh my gosh, they feel just like me. Oh my gosh, they've been through something I've been through. I'm not as crazy as I think. You really start to form a connection with them. And it has helped me through a lot of my season, like 2020, when I thought it was just over. It was the middle of the shutdown. We didn't know if our loved ones in prisons were all right. We didn't know what was happening to us. Everything was up in the air, right? What helped me focus and helped me stay on track was watching Miss Roe Clausen, the strong prison wife. I'm gonna be honest with you. And then after her, it was Christina Randall. Christina Randall, I actually watched one of her videos tonight. I haven't been by her channel in forever. But I do have a project Reach the World for Miss Christina Randall and Roe Clausen. Y'all can check those out in the description box, right? And also, as always, if you don't know what Project Reach the World is, girl, check out the video. What is Project Reach the World? It is a fusion of all my many, many, many art forms. I'm a multi-talented artist. I have so many different talents, and I'm not trying to brag. I do a lot of things, um, multi, but I am a restaurant employee. So my life here on earth may not be, living that artist life. My life may be living the humblest, but one day when somebody uncovers and sees my art, what it could do for somebody. I hope it would free, after Marcello, I would hope it free a whole population of wrongfully convicted people and overly sentenced incarcerated people. So all that said, don't even know why I said all that, but I got on here to talk about a conversation that me and Marcello had yesterday. So yesterday when he called, he was like, "I'm sorry, y'all had to come way up here." The drive was 6.5 hours to go up to see him. It was very difficult because for some reason I never get sleep when I'm going on the road to visit him. I promise it always lines up that somebody is going to direly need my help for something and nobody can help but me. It's going to be everything is going to happen to where I'm going to have to tend to those things and things are going to take longer than expected. Like example, I was supposed to money had made the reservation to go pick up the rental car, which I thought the rental car, would pick it up. I thought that I needed to go to the airport because previously I've been a prison wife forever and ever and ever and ever. Seems like since I was almost born. Like, do I remember anything before prison wife? Like, girl, I'm ready for it to be over though. But I used to have to rent from the airport if I didn't want the hotel. I mean, not the hotel, the rental for the full weekend. So I was under the assumption that that was what I was going to have to do, which I did vlog that. I went to this place called, girl, I don't even think I've released that yet, called Next Car. I told y'all I didn't hear, I ain't never heard of them before. When I pulled up, my sister was laughing because she dropped me off to go pick up the rental. She was like, there's mechanics in the front working on the car. It looked like almost like the junkyard when Money Car had got hit by that truck, that 18-wheeler. And I had to go get the stuff out the little, the area where they take the cars, the wrecker yard. That's how that thing looked. I promise you, that's what it looked like when I pulled up into that parking lot. The queue line looked so weird. It didn't look nothing like Enterprise. It didn't look nothing like Avis. None of them places, them real places that you heard of. So I'm not trying to knock nobody business, but it looked real, like, I don't know, crazy. Something I ain't never seen before, right? Like mom and pop just decided, hey, let's make a rent-a-car place. It was a line full of people in there complaining. I get to the front and they tell me, for Florida residents, we do not rent to you if you don't have a major credit card. Okay, I don't have a major credit card. And there's reasons why I don't have a major credit card, because credit cards get you into trouble. But now I'm learning that I'm going to have to at least apply for one credit card, right? Because once I got myself out of credit card debt, girl, I never wanted a credit card again, right? So because Marcello's way up yonder, I'm gonna have to start, applying and find me at least one card for only for rentals. So I get up there and they're like, no, we don't take. Matter of fact, I need to get my refund because he claimed they didn't charge me for nothing. I booked it on booking.com or Priceline. One of them, Money booked it for me using my credit card. I mean, my debit card, really, but you can run it as credit. They charged me and it said I only owed this balance. He claims he didn't charge me. And then he says you have to have a major credit card and you're gonna have to we can't rent to you. And if I had a major credit card, they're gonna hold a $500 hold on it. That's a lot. And because you're a Florida resident, you have to use your own car insurance on a rental. I've never used my own car insurance on a rental. I just pay whatever it is because I've actually never used the insurance for the rental, but I just like that safety net of, hey, I ain't got to go pay for, this, and that if something happened, right? That took forever. They would not rent me a car at all. I'm like, this is bogus. It's the day before. I have to be to my husband's graduation in the morning. And mind you, I got to leave about 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. to get there in good time. Because once we were late, because the graduation was not in the regular visitation area, it was in the chapel. Once they walked us back, they said they were not going to walk anybody else back. So you just miss it, right? So finally, at last minute, my daughter finds a rental place. Okay, so we took care of that issue. Then once I went to the next rental place, I think by the time I got out of there, it was about 2 something. And I don't know why Miss Araya and Juju was under the impression that I had to take them to Chuck E. Cheese. I know I mentioned it, but these kids hold you tooth and nail to whatever you mention. Don't mention it. Don't tell them later, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this, but later girl, they held me to that. Okay, so I take them to Chuck E. Cheese. I pick my aunt up. I think I dropped my aunt back off. And what did I do after that? I don't know what happened after that, but we ended up getting back home later than I expected. And then I didn't even have my hair done, right? So I ended up staying half of the night trying to twist my hair and did not go to sleep at all because by the time I was to almost the crown of my head, it was 1 a.m. and Money and Princess had showed up so we can get on the road. So I didn't go to sleep. Then I came up with the brilliant idea that I would drive the first half of the way, Money would sleep, and then we'll switch spots and I'll get like maybe 2, 3 hours sleep. It's 6.5 hour drive, 3 and 3, right? 3 hours I can survive off of that. Didn't happen. I ended up driving the whole way there. I was so freaking tired. And Marcello's like, I'm so sorry that you had to drive that far um, for my graduation and for a visitation of like 30 to 40 minutes. It was a very short visitation. And I said, Marcello, I don't care how short it was. I'm just grateful that I could be there. Like I'm so emotional to be able to and so just grateful and thankful that I was able to see you graduate. Cause to be honest, I just got back my visits. They were canceled for 19 months. I have not seen him. And previous to that was the whole shutdown of 2020. I didn't see him through that. And previous to that, he was in maximum security. So it's been some years, a good, possibly, he left this area where I was frequently visiting him in 2017. So from 2017, it has been literally scarcely seeing him, right? So I thought it was the worst when they transferred him way up there after the shutdown. They claimed that was the place that had the less of the the virus and all that stuff. So this was the only place they could put him because at first they wasn't transferring nobody during that time. So he was stuck in maximum security. So we thinking that's worse. No, they found worse. Worse was transferring him almost to Alabama, right? Now it's super hard to get up there to see him. But I thought it couldn't get any worse. And they found worse for me when they canceled our visitation. So it can always get worse, right? So grace be to God, they restored our visitations. And when he knew he was going to graduate at first, he didn't know I could come. He didn't know that I would be able to make it because I was still not approved on his visitation list. So I'm like, Marcello, I don't care. I'm just glad to be there. It was this one prison wife. I don't know if she's still a prison wife, Nicole Robin. And it was this one statement she made, and it made me feel like, I don't know if she said it was something about if they put our husband on the moon or something she said. And I said, if they put my husband on the moon, I'd be like, girl, when the next, can I catch a ride with you? When the next spaceship go past this way? And I'll be like, girl, when you going to get your spacesuit? She'd be like, girl, when you going to get your? I'm going to find a way. So said that, all that to say, I don't care what I had to go through, even if it was just an hour or something. That was so priceless. Like, so he's like, and I feel real good about everything. I was like, you know what? On the way driving there, I was like thinking to myself, what if the next time I drive up this far, I'm driving to pick you up? And he was like, yeah, I kind of had those thoughts as well. Like, basically, I had a dream about it, that I was free, that I was getting out. And now I'm going to tell you one thing for me, because it's been so hard to get any movement in Marcello's case, to be able to deal with it, you kind of gotta take that off the table of him being free. I always say that, free Marcello. I always say those things, but it starts to no longer seem like it's gonna happen. So you can't look forward to that day. You have to be able to be okay with being with him incarcerated, while incarcerated, because I cannot look forward to that. That's like looking forward to, oh, the day I win the lottery. Girl, when I'm gonna win the lottery for real? That's what it feels like, honestly. After you've waited so long, so long, so long, you see no breaks in the case. You see nobody being able to help you. I even got a lawyer. Don't seem like the lawyer ain't doing nothing. So, needless to say, it seems impossible. And I asked him a question. I was like, it's like I built myself up and thinking like something in my spirit since 2020 broke and just felt like he was coming home. And I seen a lot of people, their husbands getting home. Look at Ro Clausen. Her husband had 300 or freaking 12 years and he came home. And I seen another prison wife, fit prison wife. Her husband came home during that time. And I'm thinking like, we've been waiting a long a time. Maybe this could be our time, So literally since 2020, that's when the light just lit back, and I started hoping and wishing again and thinking it was possible for him to come home. Before that, I had let it go. I made peace with the fact that we ain't gonna be free till we old and crippled. I mean, he ain't gonna, well, we, because I'm technically doing time with him. Yes, I did say it correct, right? And I said, I go from a place where I'm all the way on the ground, like, this ain't gonna never happen. I need to just let it go. I need to just make peace with it. Like in Hurricane, the way that he was able to get through his sentence, he told his wife to leave him. He said he didn't want anything, because the wanting of something means that someone has control over you. If you don't want and desire nothing, there's nothing that they can do to you. So if I can ever get to the point where I don't care if he's free or not, that basically would release me from, you know what I mean? It's almost like the more you want something and don't get it, it's better just to make peace with you're not gonna ever have that, right? So I'll go from that point and I'll work myself all the way up to, oh, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. I think I'm in that it's about to happen stage, right? And I asked him, have you ever anticipated something for so long that you're like, and it just never happens? You're just in anticipation, waiting, waiting, waiting. Maybe it's me next. It's me next. It's me next. Maybe the blessing is coming my way next. It's going to be me next. I had to see a lot of people. I had to watch people. Everyone, it seems like, come up around me, but me. Maybe it's my turn. It's my turn. And it just never happens. And then I go back down all the way back to the flow where it's like it's not going to happen again. So it's like I always go from the floor to almost the ceiling. If this the ceiling, I go from the floor to almost the ceiling, but I can never break through the ceiling, and then I go back down to the floor. Then I work my way up, work my way up. More faith, we making contacts, people helping, and then boom, back to the floor. It never quite gets him free. So I was like, have you ever anticipated so long that you just tired of anticipating? And he told me no. He said, I'm always going to anticipate going home. I don't care how long it takes. I'm never going to give up that dream that I'm going to come home. All right, guys. About to run out of time. Got a minute left. You as well can help by checking out his change petition. I do need to update it. I don't even know if it has all the research that I did in 2021. I started updating it with the new research I found because I'm like the only one pounding the pavement daily on this case. So I did write that in 2020. So I do need to update a lot of information about the arresting officer and about a lot of stuff. But it still shows a lot of the um, things that were wrong, done wrong in his case. But there's even more. But just check that change petition out. If you already signed it, just share it. All right. It's your girl Cadillac. Free Marcello. Hashtag free Marcello.